I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys! Thanks for joining us. We are talking about Dave Season 1, Episode 7, Elz and Ema. Like, can you even believe it? I think that's going to be the main topic of this episode because that was definitely the through line. We'll also chat about some wooden shirts, some studio time. But like, initially, what were your thoughts about the episode?
I think I was as calm as like everyone was. I don't feel like much happened. The only thing I really enjoyed about this episode was that we got to see Ema more because I feel like her character's kind of been on the back burner. But you see more of her personality now. She kind of reminds me of like every girl that's been like hurt too much and is just like afraid to let her guard down.
Totally.
But yeah, I thought, I don't know. I'm a little iffy about this one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't even introduce us. I am one of your hosts, Ashley Dior Jones, and my lovely co-host.
Hi everyone. We're here. Everyone knows us by name now.
Yes, absolutely. And Jeff is again not with us this week, but hopefully we'll have him next week. I think next week should be the season finale, right?
Ooh, I don't know actually. I don't know.
I think so. I think there are only like 8 episodes, but I'll reach back out and check on that. But yeah, so we're excited to talk about the show in this episode. My feelings on Elz and Ema. Like you said before, I think we are in for something. I mean, I don't think this is going to end well. Like Elz is such a sweetie pie, and then Ema, like you said, she's a little rough around the edges. But I just feel that I'm not sure how this is going to work for him. What do you think, Karla? Karla, can you hear me? Is it just me? Steven, can we hear? Oh, okay.
Hey guys, producer
So
in the booth here. It looks like Karla froze a bit, so let's just go ahead and continue with Ash until I can get Karla back in here.
okay, so we're gonna go into my thoughts on Ema and Elz. Separately, I think they are really great characters. I love how protective Ema is, and I love how she's a know-it-all. She's like, she's tough, like she's hard. But Elz, I adore Elz because he's so sweet, so innocent. He's Dave's best friend since freaking elementary school, preschool, I think even. And I don't think you should mix like business with pleasure. But I mean, they say you start to fall in love with the people who are closest to you. So I mean, it makes sense that these two would like eventually hook up, but it did catch me by surprise. Like I definitely wasn't expecting that cord to fly. And I wasn't expecting these two to get together, but I mean, we'll see what happens. And with Emma's like window being knocked out, OMG, that's like my biggest fear of living in LA is like someone coming and just knocking out my glass window. Terror. And so to come out after like a really interesting tequila filled fun night and to see that, like what a buzzkill. But it was so nice of Elz to like be there with her and to sit with her and to chat with her and try to calm her down even after this horrible thing happened. But even before that, when she asked for a t-shirt and he gave her like his like styled t-shirt, I was like, oh, he's like not ashamed of what happened. But when she was like, I'm not wearing that, you could tell that she wasn't as into it as he was. So I think that's going to be an interesting kind of dynamic to see how their relationship fleshes out. I mean, I don't see it working, but to each his own, I guess. Like, good luck to them. I'm interested to see how it's going to pan out, but maybe I'm just a hater. I mean, who knows? Oh, okay.
Sorry, I left you for a sec.
That's okay. I was just rambling about Elz and Ema and how I don't think this is going to end well.
I think we're both haters then. We have I agree with you. I feel like from the beginning, I feel like in a situation like that though, as a girl, it kind of looks like a one night stand to me. And that's how I would interpret it. So the fact that he woke up kind of like trying to be mushy, like, do you want a hug? Like trying to be emotional about it. I would have probably like shut it down too. Like, that's not what this is. And maybe, I don't know. I kind of feel like I would have done the same thing she did, but I feel like he was very into it. So it kind of makes me think, like, has he been thinking about this for a while now? Like, has he been eyeing her? Because I haven't gotten that vibe, but
I
Like,
mean, but I feel like it's like that sometimes. Like you never, like when guys are into you, you hardly ever know until like something really goes down. I mean, I guess just speaking from personal experience, but Elz is shy. Like he's a good guy. Like he's the kind of guy who doesn't want all the attention. You know, he's the behind the scenes dude. So I think he finally got his opportunity and took it. It was trying to make the best of it, but he's just so awkward. He's just so
he-
awkward. But I think that's adorable.
what did you think of him lying to her about having to can't really get them like, so are you trying to get rid of her or are you not? Like I thought that was a little weird.
See, I thought my whole thinking behind that was he's trying to make it seem like he has a life and he has like things to
Okay.
do,
Yeah.
like that he doesn't have, he's not like focused on her. And, I think he just made it up to seem cool and interested and busy, but which did not turn out well
Because
for
he totally
him. But
got caught.
he totally got caught. But I was talking about like how her window got shattered. Like, what a bummer, what a buzzkill for that to happen. And then outside of like possibly your new boyfriend's apartment, like that sucks. I felt bad for her.
Definitely. I wouldn't want not like to be like snobby or anything, but I wouldn't want to go back there knowing that like my window just got
Right.
shattered, like
Right.
Ubering or pick me up or something. And then she kind of never really waited for the police either. So I thought that was kind of
Mm-mm.
weird. He was willing to sit it out with her.
I
Like that's really,
know.
really sweet. He could have easily just been like, okay, I'm gonna go inside, like get my day going. And he was
Yeah.
like, no, I'll stay here, even though she was like trying to run him over. I
Yeah.
think he's just too nice for her. And then, that happy. I feel like the saying, like sometimes nice guys finish last. It's true. Us
Yeah.
girls, we're confusing. We like bad boys. I don't know why it is.
It's so true. But Els is so good. And he was so accommodating. He did like everything he could to comfort her. I really appreciated that. And then we move into the whole lost property kind of fiasco. So Emma's laptop was stolen out of her car. And then we talk about Els and him like hearing his track on Spotify from like some random artist that didn't ask for the rights. Like, what do you think about, having property loss and like when it's your creative works? Like, how would you feel in that situation?
I mean, I would totally be annoyed AF because, you spend so much time creating your own content that for someone to just snatch it up and kind of take like act like it's theirs, like that's definitely not okay. I don't know too much about how like that works on something like that, but I feel like
Hmm.
that may be a little common, or am I wrong?
Hmm. No,
Yeah,
I
because
think it is common.
I have friends that produce as well, and they kind of say the same thing, that happens to them all the time. I don't really know how like you take ownership of your work. He definitely
Mhm.
wasn't happy about it, but I agree with Dave that he should have like his own, like, what is it, logo in the song.
Yeah, yeah. I never know. I mean, I noticed it in all the songs that I listened to, but I didn't realize that it was something that producers put on their tracks to like protect themselves. But it's genius. It's
Oh
genius. It's such a
yeah,
good idea.
it's like DJ Khaled. Like you
Hmm.
hear him, what is it? Like we, or what is
We the
it?
best. Yeah,
Gunna?
totally.
Yeah, Gunna has it. Like so many others have it, and like when you hear it, you know exactly who it is. You know who created
Mhm.
the song. So he definitely think of something. I wouldn't take Dave's advice, but
No.
on like what it should look like. But I would definitely, if I were him, create something because he needs
Yeah.
to. I feel like he has the talent. He just doesn't know own it really.
Absolutely. And I think that moves kind of into where we are in the studio with Elz and Trippie Red, and he plays in this track just randomly. And Trippie Red is like, "Why haven't you like played this for me? Like, who are you saving this for?" And Els was so taken aback. He was like, "Oh, like this jet?" And he's like, "Yeah, that one." So he's just so unassuming. I don't think he understands like how good he is, and he just doesn't have the confidence yet. Like, what do you think about? What do you think about this scene?
I thought it was hilarious how, oh, what are you saving this for, like Young Thug or something? I was just like, Young Thug? Dude, I'm like a normal guy. Like I drive Uber. Like, what do you mean Young Thug? But I really get man to like how good he is. For Trippie Red, think you're like saving something for another huge artist. Like take the compliment and run with it. I would have been
Mhm.
like, yeah. So and I would have upped my rate. Like I would pay
Right.
you like 20,000 for this.
Totally, but he
Um,
tried to like flip it and be cool and then just lost it. Like with the whole Spartan thing, I was just like, you had a moment and you like went real lame with it and you lost it. And I felt even more sad for him. He's a mess,
right?
but he's a cute mess.
No, he is. I feel like just even like if he is a little awkward or weird, if you like kind of just who you are, you know, like people are
Yeah.
just gonna accept you no matter what. Like Trippie Red, who is he to tell you you're weird? Like he's weird. He has a number 8
100%.
tattoo on his nose, you know? Kind of just like a matter of like seeing it.
Yeah. So wild. And so Trippie Red's nephew is being now babysat by Dave and freaking Elz, and they come upon a wooden shirt. I have never ever heard of anything like this. I just have to give like a shout out to the writers and the creators because like how did they come up with this stuff? Like a wooden shirt? What did you think when you first saw this?
I just felt like that is beyond uncomfortable. Why would anyone want to spend their money on this? Like it's just so weird. I thought maybe more like for home decor or something. Something just
Yeah, that's
not
a good
there.
idea. Like a
I
statue
think
or
it's
something in your living room.
yeah, like that's definitely a conversation starter. Like, oh, what is that? You know, I thought it was cool for that, but to wear it, I just thought it was like I get that it's like kind of sucks when you want to be like in the room with Trippie Red and he asks you to babysit. But for the stack of money he got, I would do that every day. You know, I'd be like, okay. He
Same.
he got at least like that looked like at least 3,000 to me. Like that stack was nice. I was like, okay.
I know. And he's like to his nephew, like, what do? We share. And I was like, wow, like not only do you have the money, but you just give it away. So I thought that was so cute. I thought that was just so creative, the whole wooden shirts thing. So the next scene I want to kind of chat about is in the studio. So this is where Emma comes in the studio with Elz, and they're just kind of chatting it up. Just hey, how you doing? How you been? And Gata storms in, being himself, trying to get like in the booth, and then we get kind of a little pushback because Gata definitely thinks that they are, together. What did you think when he came in and like busted up the flow? Well, I'll tell you what I thought. So Gata comes in and he's like, "Oh, y'all are totally together," and it was really interesting because you could tell that Elle was like, "Hey, I mean, yeah," but then Emma was, she didn't really have anything to say after that, which was very telling of the relationship or the non-relationship. So whenever someone comes in and they like don't acknowledge the situation that's happening, and she really kind of brushed it all under the rug, and I felt so bad for Els because like, what are you, ashamed of me? I'm sure that's how he was feeling. Oh, I think we lost Karla again. Oh, okay, so it's just me still. Okay. So I felt so bad for Els in this moment because I felt like he and Emma had a really great start. They're friends and they kind of moved that relationship to the next level.
Sorry, you keep
Um,
losing me.
that's okay. You keep coming back. I was just saying how I felt so bad for Els in the studio when Gata kind of came in and was like, "Oh, y'all are together," and Emma was kind of like, "Nah." Like, what did you think? What did you think about the scene?
I think he maybe wanted her to like kind of like be like, oh, maybe we are a thing, or kind of solidify them a little bit in front of Gata instead of just bashing him because she really just took it to the next level. Like, I would rather die than sleep with him. Like, girl, you just slept up with him. That's like gonna, like it's like a knife at the heart.
Hmm.
I think she went about it the wrong way. I think it's okay that she doesn't want people to know yet. I just think you don't need to be so harsh about it. And that's when he kind of was like, you know what, you give me such mixed signals. Like, I'm not a kid, I'm not playing these games. As he should.
I think I froze now.
I can totally see you fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's like okay. Um, so yeah, I felt really bad for him. Um, and I think, sometimes when you're put in situations like that, when you are not ready to tell people like what type of relationship you're in and the other person is, it's just kind of a weird situation, which is just bizarre. So the next scene, we go to the silent party. Have you ever been to a silent party, by the way, Karla? I'm
Are
curious.
those real?
I
Are they
think they are real. I've seen people go to them like online and on social media, but I've never been to one to myself. I wanted to know if you'd ever been to one.
no, and that looks like the worst time ever.
So obviously this isn't, Elz's favorite DJ job,
Gig.
but he's
Yeah.
there. Yeah, gig. He's there. He's got to pay the bills. He's getting work. So he's there. You can see he's having like the not so great time, and then Emma walks in. What were your first thoughts when she walked into this silent party?
I kind of had a feeling she was gonna walk in and kind of kiss his butt a little bit because I feel like
Hmm.
she definitely was in the wrong. There was no way around that. I didn't think it would like end up how it did, like with them kind of like hanging out and then be like, oh, let's come back to my place. I
Hmm.
thought they would maybe be like, maybe this isn't a good idea. We should just be friends. Which I think is the best option. Um, so yeah, I was kind of surprised that it kind of ended the way it did. With kind of, it looks like they're going to further their relationship for sure.
So I thought it was sweet. I felt like this was her opportunity to kind of apologize for making him feel bad and making him feel like he wasn't good enough to be, her new boo. And so I'm kind of glad that they got through it, that they got past that situation. But I was like, he's giving her gifts. Like when he gave her the wooden shirt, I was like, he was mad at her and he's still buying her presents. Like, where did they do that at? Like, like he's definitely like a different kind of dude. Were you shocked when he like gifted her the wooden shirt? I thought it was cute, but like
I was
so
so
lame.
shocked. I was like, weren't we just mad at her? And you're
Totally.
just, but then they kind of also made me think like, is he just walking around with this shirt thinking she'll show up
Yeah.
at his moment? I thought that was a little weird, but I was like, okay, he must really like her because there's no way that wooden shirt was like cheap.
Hmm.
So it's like he's already spoiling her. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think he's moving too fast.
No.
He's too nice.
He's fallen really hard really fast, and that can never end good.
It's like you
It
just had
never
sex
ends
one
well.
time,
Right.
I mean,
And he was
whatever.
already like, "Oh, what was I mad at?" I was like, "Really? Like you forgot what happened? You forgot how she like dissed you so hard in front of like your friend?" I just don't think it's gonna end well for him, and I feel bad. I feel
I
bad
know,
for
me
Els,
too.
but they look happy in this moment, right?
I guess that's the most important thing, right?
I guess so. Any other thoughts that you want to chat about on this episode before we head to predictions for next week?
What happened to Dave? Where is Dave? Because I feel like last episode kind of ended like with his big performance, and now he's not. Oh well, we did see him a little bit actually. He was helping babysit. I wish we kind of
Oh,
would have.
yeah, that was it though. You're right.
Yeah, I wish we would have seen more though, because that episode itself, to me, that was kind of like that could have been the season finale, and I would have been happy with it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of interested to see what the next step of his career looks like after that like big moment of kind of like letting go of his past and really going in on like the next phase of who he wants to be. So I'm kind of bummed we
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah. He was like he wasn't in the episode very much at all, and neither was anyone else in the cast. It was basically just Emma and Els and their love story. So oh my gosh, I almost forgot about what's behind the name.
I know I was going to bring that up.
Oh, okay. It's literally my favorite part of the show.
So let's get into
So let's get into our special segment.
yes, what's behind the name? So this week, the rapper I have for you. So I don't know if anyone's gonna get. Well, if it's just you and I, Steven, feel free to jump in if you want. As our producer, so I basically give a rapper's name off, and you guys kind of guess behind the name, like how they got that name. Since we obviously have Little Dicky, and he has the whole meaning behind his. How do you think Rick Ross got his name, his stage name?
Promise, I just thought that was his name. I thought his name was literally Rick Ross, but I guess I am incorrect.
I'm gonna guess that it has something to do with Rick Astley and Rick Roll.
Okay. Well, I was like, I feel like I'm giving you guys a hard one because I feel like all the other ones have been maybe a little easier to guess, but I was really surprised by this. So he actually got his name from Freeway Rick Ross, which is a known drug trafficker in LA in the 80s. So that's how
Hmm.
he got his name. And what's, I guess people till this day make fun of him because in 1995, he was actually a correctional officer for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, how are you a correctional officer? And then you name yourself after like a major drug trafficker in LA. So I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, that's how he got his name.
That's wild. The streets will never live that down. They will never live down that he was a correctional officer. It always comes up. It always comes up.
You
He
knew
could
that
drop the
already?
hottest album. I did know that, yeah.
Oh my
Because the
God, I
streets talk
did.
about it. Yeah, it's like a big thing. Even if he drops like a really hot album, people will be like, "Oh, but remember when?"
He's like, when you're one of them.
Exactly. So that's really, I didn't know his name was that. Wow. every week
crazy.
it's something new and something awesome and fun. Thank you so much.
No
So
problem.
much for that info. So predictions for next week. What do you think is going to happen next?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, so I am going to tell you guys what I think will happen next, and then hopefully Karla will come back on. So I think next week will be the season finale, and I think that we will finally, Little Dicky will hopefully get back on the stage. Hopefully he's going to sign a mega contract and start working on his first legit album. I think this is going to be kind of his moment where he hits the big leagues. I think someone's going to listen to a track and really love it and want to bring them on and, just take him to the next level. At least I hope that's what's going to happen next episode, but we shall see. I just know that this season has been so fun. It has been heartwarming and heartbreaking, lots of love, lots of hate, but it's been a really, really awesome, fun show. And thank you guys for always coming back every week to chat with us about Dave, and we're excited to check out episode 8 next week, so make sure to meet us back here. I am, of course, Ashley Dior Jones. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Ashley Dior Jones, and Karla is also here. I don't know her handle exactly, but you guys can look back at the previous episodes.
You can find me on Karla L. Contreras and Instagram at Karla L. Contreras and Twitter at Karla_C.
Yes. Okay, so that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for bearing with us as we zoom through these buzzes, but we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you back here same time next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.